need enough to live up. I sound off a string up. I build back my good vibes, feel alright. But if we continue to fight and I live and divide.
Fair and balanced, unbiased and clear, concise and accurate. This is the DBS Evening News. Here now is your presenter with the headlines.
In the headlines, the Chinese ambassador to Dominica is confident that Dominica's international airport will be delivered on time. And internationally, from the region that is, Guyana's government and teachers union reached an agreement over salary increases for teachers, and Japan's defense ministry to request record high budget for next year. The details of these stories and more coming up next.
And you got it. A quicker way to pay your bills online. It's fast, secure, and easy to use. No registration, no additional fees. Flow is now offering FastPay, an online service that allows you to settle your bills in less than 2 minutes. Need a receipt? FastPay will send it to your email immediately. Use FastPay now for convenience, safety, and efficiency at discoverflow.co/fastpay.
Flow FastPay. 2 minutes and you're on your way. Flow FastPay.
Flow is keeping you connected.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speed delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
DBS News.
And welcome back. China's ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Chu Maoming, is confident that Dominica's international airport will be delivered on time. The Chinese construction company Railway 5 Engineering Group are the contractors for the project, which is underway at Wesley. Ambassador Maoming told the media today the international airport will provide new opportunities for Dominica.
Several days ago, I visited the working site of the international airport project, which is undertaken by one of the Chinese companies. I require the company to deliver a high-quality project in a few years. So with the completion of the international airport, it is of my firm belief that Dominica will attract more tourists from across the world. Project, I will say, has been going on very well. The Chinese company is working very hard and very happy to see the progress. And of course, there are some challenges, but in my opinion, the Chinese company will deliver ahead of time. Normally, it depends on how challenges and problems will be resolved. From my personal experience, I worked in Africa. I worked in both the eastern coastline and western part of Africa. I had some connections with the Chinese companies who were doing projects in those countries. From my observation, I will say that as long as the challenges and the problems were well addressed, Chinese companies will deliver projects ahead of time. They will deliver a high-quality project. They will deliver the project in advance or in time.
And that was China's ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Chu Maoming. And the Registrar and Chief Executive Officer of the Caribbean Examination Council, Dr. Wayne Wesley, wants the Caribbean to pay greater attention to English and mathematics at schools. Dr. Wesley says English and mathematics are fundamental to learning and functioning in the world.
But I think it is critical and vitally necessary for us to give greater emphasis on English and mathematics and the competencies to be acquired, because these two subjects are the foundation on which anything else can be acquired or learned or achieved. So we need to give greater emphasis there. When we examine the results for the last 5 years, every year there are more students registering for mathematics than there is for English. And what we have recognized, on average, about 79,000 persons register for mathematics and about 73,000 persons register for English. When you look at the performance of English over that period, the average performance of English is about 79–80%. But the average performance of mathematics is about anywhere between 55 to about 59%. In fact, if we really strictly apply the entire cohort, you're actually about 44%. This year, the performance in mathematics is a bit lower than last year.
Registrar and the CEO of the Caribbean Examination Council, Dr. Wayne Wesley. And the Caribbean Court of Justice Academy for Law has launched a documentary dubbed Legendary Caribbean Legal Practitioners, showcasing its chosen 48 exceptional Caribbean lawyers as part of the third installment of the Academy's Eminent Caribbean Jurist series. The Honorable Mr. Justice Adrian Saunders, President of the Caribbean Court of Justice, expressed his profound respect and admiration for all those who were selected, as well as those involved in ensuring that those who have paved the way for so many Caribbean lawyers could be recognized.
It was always going to be a monumental task to whittle down the list of deserving awardees to a manageable number. Ultimately, however, no one can quarrel with the tremendous merit of those who comprise the final list. It is a most impressive group of lawyers comprising a reasonable regional spread. I extend heartiest congratulations to each of the 2024 awardees and also to the essayists who had the unenviable responsibility of trying to capture in a few pages the breadth and depth of the extraordinary exploits of their subjects. I salute these legendary Caribbean legal practitioners, and I commend the CCJ Academy for Law under the astute leadership of Justice Winston Anderson for memorializing their contribution to the development of Caribbean jurisprudence and Caribbean society. I salute these legendary Caribbean legal practitioners, and again I congratulate the Academy for celebrating them.
And that was the Honorable Mr. Justice Adrian Saunders, the President of the Caribbean Court of Justice. And the Chief Executive Officer of the Caribbean Examinations Council, Dr. Wayne Wesley, has refuted claims that the regional examination body was on course to eliminating the administration of certain subjects. Dr. Wesley says the CXC was looking at a 2-year suspension of a few subjects due to low levels of enrollment. He says this was done in an effort to facilitate discussions with teachers on how to increase the level of enrollment for these subject areas.
We were never planning on eliminating any subject, so that has to be very clear. The concern that came is that we recognize that some subjects to which governments across the region would have indicated that it is critical to economic development and advancement, that those subjects were receiving very low to no enrollment, several of them no enrollment. And what we did, we engaged the region in a series of consultation, talking to individuals as to what are the challenges as to why we are not getting enough enrollment in some of these subjects. And they would have outlined to us several reasons. They don't have enough resources. Teachers are not available. I'm talking like green engineering, which is environmental and crucial to the region given what climate change is all about and the kind of natural disasters that we are likely to face. But the challenge there is a lot of our member states don't have any teachers ready to take this subject on. And so from that discussion, we had written to the Ministries of Education to have a dialogue started that let us perhaps suspend, and suspension mean over a 2-year period, but it wouldn't have been immediately. That suspension was to give time for individuals to put the systems in place, the resources, the teachers, to facilitate the delivery of those subjects.
And that was Chief Executive Officer of the Caribbean Examinations Council, Dr. Wayne Wesley. In May 2024, the Caribbean Examinations Council took a decision to suspend the administering of Agriculture Science Double Award, Mechanical Engineering, Green Engineering, and Electrical and Electronical Engineering. However, after further discussion, CXC decided to continue the administration of these subjects. And the Sustainable Ocean Alliance, or SOA Dominica, is continuing its efforts to promote marine conservation and sustainable practices in Dominica. The group will hold a beach cleanup at the Bowie Beach on Saturday, August 24th, 2024, as part of the Sustainable Aquatic Ecosystems through Informed Leadership project. Communications coordinator for the Sustainable Ocean Alliance, Dominica, is Aliyah Jajak.
Sustainable Ocean Alliance, or SOA Dominica, is excited to announce a community beach cleanup at Bowie Beach on Saturday, August 24th, 2024. This event is a crucial part of our Sustaining Aquatic Ecosystems through Informed Leadership, or SAIL project, which aims to promote marine conservation and sustainable practices in Dominica. The beach cleanup hopes to bring together volunteers from across the island to remove waste, restore the natural beauty of Bowie Beach, and raise awareness about the importance of protecting our oceans. SOA Dominica is committed to engaging youth and the wider community in hands-on activities that foster a deep connection to our environment and inspire collective action. Participants are encouraged to join the effort and make a tangible difference in preserving Dominica's pristine coastal environment. The cleanup will start at 10 a.m. with all necessary materials provided on site and transportation.
And that was Communications Coordinator for the Sustainable Oceans Alliance, Dominica, Aliyah Jajak. And on the feature segment of the news, a young man from Point Michelle wanted to emulate the exploits of his father and become a fisherman. The dreams of Kimani Roberts became a reality, and today Kimani is amongst the leading boat builders in Dominica. DBS News found him in a recreational site for fishermen at Donkey Beach in Caneville, where he was involved in the reconstruction of a boat. Boat builder Kimani Roberts is our feature on the DBS Evening News.
Well, actually, that was always my dream. As a young man growing up, I always wanted to take the trade of my father to be a fisherman. And growing up as a young man, it was very difficult to own a boat, actually. So I actually started to build them because I wanted something so bad that I actually go for it. So that I started building, I started to learn how to build boats. So I went around where boat building was being held. Kamala used to be in Newtown, and I know Danny Boy. But then after I have Junior, which everybody knows as Satan from Layu, that really introduced me and make me know of the trade. And and from since then, it's more than 25 years now, going to 30 years, having that trade.
What is the most important thing about building a boat?
Well, first of all, the main thing about building a boat is to protect yourself, because safety and because the chemicals that you're working in, you have to have you have to be precise on your safety gears and like how you go into working that chemical, because it's poison that you're dealing with. Then actually for the structure of a boat, you would basically you would have to have a mold. If you don't have a mold, then you would have to build a mold, because not everybody would want the same shape, style. And then when you're going into boats, there's a lot of details. When you're going into boat, the customization of it with your hull, the length, there's a lot of details in what you want to put into it.
So you have been around here in Dominica. Have you been out of state in relation to boat building?
Yes, actually, I've traveled to the neighboring islands like St. Lucia, Martinique, and certain parts in Europe where I have been to certain companies where they're building boats, like in Martinique, for instance. I've been to Telamore and Glacis. So I've looked at a lot of the builders, look at how they are constructing their boats, the chemicals that they would use, their techniques. So that would improve myself in what I'm doing here right now.
How many boats have you built over the years?
Well, I would not put an exact figure on it, but I can say about over 50 of them. Coming up till this day, I have work up on my account. I'm working here right now, and my telephone, I have messages on my phone, guys telling me when I'm going to start building, where I'm going to come. It's overwhelming, I would say. I wish I could split myself in 3 or 4. It's a very, very good work, and I think it's an opportunity for a lot of young people to go into it. A lot of people want to go into fishing, and there are not enough builders and contractors in doing that type of work right now. So it's a really, really good thing for the young people to start to come into.
And that was boat builder Kimani Roberts of Point Michelle. This brings us to the end of this evening's feature segment and National Focus. Up next is news from the region and international.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pocket every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speedy delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
DBS News.
And welcome back. The Guyana Teachers Union, or GTU, has reached an agreement with the Ministry of Education for a 3-year salary increase that also includes several non-salary benefits for teachers. Guyana Teachers Union President Dr. Mark Light and the Second Vice President Julian Cambridge signed the agreement with the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Shinail Hossein Otar, and Chief Education Officer Saddam Hussein. That's Light said the increases are 10% this year, 8% in 2025, and 9% the following year. The country's Education Minister, Preya Mechanicshan, congratulated the Guyana's Teachers Union and the government of Guyana for sensibly and civilly reaching to an agreement that covers the period of 2024 to 2026 and about the many benefits it will have for the teachers. And internationally, the Japanese Ministry of Defense is preparing a request for a record-breaking budget for the next fiscal year starting in April 2025. It is noted that the ministry intends to set defense spending at $8.4 trillion or trillion yen, which amounts to $57.5 billion at the current exchange rate. This is the largest defense budget in the entire history of the country. This fiscal year, April 2024 to March 2025, this expenditure item is at the level of 7.94 trillion yen or $54.3 billion. Thus, the increase will be about 5.78%. And this brings us to the end of this evening news. Up next is sports with Gavin Richards.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Well, good evening. I'm Gavin Richards with the DBS Evening Sports Report. We're going to bowl off with some cricket news. Clemenson Leblanc got a big half century, leading the national under-23 cricket team to a big win over St. Lucia as their under-23 bilateral series continued this afternoon in St. Lucia. Well, St. Lucia were bowled out for 214 batting first. Tyrese Leblanc, he picked up 3 for 15, Malachi Zave 3 for 32, and Shaim Caesar 2 for 37. Well, Lee John led the way for St. Lucia, scoring 83, and Akeem Ogis, who got a triple century earlier on, got a 48. Well, Dominica chasing 215 to win. They raced to the total with almost 10 overs to spare, getting 220 for 4 in 39.5 overs. Clemenson Leblanc led the way with 87 not out from 67 balls with 6 fours and 8 sixes. Stefan Pascal added 40 and Jason Alexander got 36. Well, Dominica won the match by some 6 wickets. The second game in that series will take place tomorrow in St. Lucia. Well, let's move on with some more cricket news where the West Indies white ball coach Darren Sami says the upcoming T20 series with South Africa will be used as start of the preparations for the next Cricket T20 World Cup. Well, the West Indies will face South Africa in a 3-match T20 series starting this Friday. Darren Sami says he's looking to create a championship winning side over the next few months in the lead up to the next World Cup scheduled for 2026. Well, the first T20 takes place on Friday at 3 o'clock in Trinidad.
It's a great opportunity for us to regroup, refocus. It's the first competitive international game for us since that quarter-final, if you call it so, in the World Cup. And one that, we want to start fine-tuning ourselves. We have a next World Cup to prepare for. As disappointing as it was coming out of being knocked out of the World Cup, but understanding what we had accomplished as a team during the last 12 to 14 months, it's a continuation of that and fine-tuning ourselves. We need to find ways to continuously evolve and improve. When I review, I spoke to the director, I want to become a championship winning team. Right now we are a series winning team. We play one team over a 3 or 5 game period and we know what to do. But I want this team to become a championship winning team where you could find and play a different opposition in a tournament and be able to come up with the goods every single game. So that's where the focus of this team moving into another World Cup preparing year. That's what we focus on.
And that's the West Indies white ball head coach Darren Sami. Well, the West Indies team for Friday's game will be picked from Rovman Powell, the captain, Roston Chase, the vice-captain, Alec Athanaze, Johnson Charles, Matthew Ford, Shimron Hetmeyer, Fabian Allen, Shea Hope, Akil Hussain, Shama Joseph, Obed McCoy, Gudakesh Moti, Nicholas Puran, Shufrin Rutherford, and Romario Shepherd. Some football news this evening. Head coach of the men's senior national football team, Ellington Sabin, says the team is putting in the work as they look to advance to the next stage of the CONCACAF Nations League. Well, Dominica has been promoted to League B of that tournament and will square off against Antigua, the Dominican Republic and Bermuda when the competition gets underway in September in Antigua. Well, the national team has been engaged in a full-time training camp for the past few weeks.
Well, the areas we're working on is more the speed of play. We're trying to play a lot faster. We're trying to do a lot more with the ball rather than with our feet, meaning not carrying the ball but passing it more and getting those penetrating passes, because we realize that we come up against some decent opponents, and the creativity and the speed of play and the way that we think is going to be critical. We have to do these things consistently to ensure that we're successful in the games.
All right.
Coach, we've had the guys for a few weeks, and of course, like you said, in the training camp. What has been the response like from the guys? How sharp are they looking?
Well, the guys are looking pretty sharp. I mean, like, as is expected, they're currently in competition at DFA level, which is not at the speed I would like them to play, but it's helping them to get some valuable game time. Some of them playing 2 games a week with the under-20 league. Just started, so it does well for the team, and we training from Monday to Friday every week now on, so it does well for the team going forward.
All right, Coach, in terms of the discussions mentally with the players, what have the discussions been like? Like I said at the start, we're being promoted now to League B, and of course this is a different kettle of fish that we'll be facing.
Well, mentally, the guys, the discussion generally with them, and even listening to them speaking amongst themselves, is one, not being relegated again, so we either want to remain in League B or get promoted to League A and seek Gold Cup qualification. This is general idea in the camp and in general mood, and you can see the guys putting in the work to get this job done.
All right, let's talk about the 2 upcoming games and the direct preparations for the games. What are some of the things that you've been doing differently? I noticed, for example, one of the games will be at 11 in the morning. That's going to be a bit of a challenge.
Well, yeah, our second game versus Dominican Republic is at 11 in the morning. Hence the reason that our 2 sessions daily, one is at 11, one is at 4, to suit the times that we're going to be playing the games. Right, currently we are in Stockholm now, playing at 11. The turf is very hot, but these are the conditions we're going to meet coming up against Dominican Republic on the 10th of September.
And that's head coach of the men's senior national football team, Ellington Sabin. Well, Dominica will play its first game against Antigua on September 7th. Well, in some more football news this evening, the Roosevelt Scarlet Bombers will be looking to climb out of the relegation zone as they kick off their campaign in round 2 of the DFA Premier League. Well, the Bombers are sitting in 10th place on 7 points, and they will clash with 6th place Petro Caribbean Point Michel tonight. That game is scheduled to kick off at 6:30 at the Stock Farm Training Centre. Meantime, there's also action on tonight in the DFA Under-20 League. Harlem United Sports Club will take on Buffett State FC at the Newtown playing field. That game gets underway at 6:30 as well. And also a new Premier League champion could be crowned when the Detroit Blazers meet the Paybush Eagles in Game 3 of their 5-match DABA finals tonight. Well, the Blazers, they are leading the best of 5 match series 2-0 and will be crowned champions with a win in Game 3 tonight. Game 3 gets underway at 8 o'clock from the Massac indoor facility. Also, we can quickly tell you program note there, Off the Field returns tonight, 7 o'clock. And of course, I'll be joined by Delvin Esprit. And we'll also have with us President of the Dominican Olympic Committee, Billy Doctrove, and Brendan Williams of the Athletics Association. Also expecting Olympic athlete Denick Luke to be joining us, as well as we recap some of the highlights from the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris. And of course, we'll have a lot more to discuss on Off the Field tonight. In some more sports this evening, well, international volleyball coach Brian Gavlas says he's impressed with what he's seen so far at an ongoing summer volleyball camp organized by the Dominica Volleyball Association. Well, Gavlas, who is here in Dominica as part of a 6-month project with the Volleyball Association, has been working with the senior national teams. Well, the summer camp is targeting young players between the ages of 10 and 17.
Well, we're training. We have ages 9 to about 15, 16 years old, and we're just trying to really work on basic skills. We've got 3 sessions a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 o'clock, and this is basically our 4th session, and the kids are having a lot of fun. We're sweating it up in here, and we're just trying to teach some basic skills for the sport of volleyball.
All right, what are some of the things that you've been working on with the kids?
Well, so we've been working on overhead passing, so setting. We've been working on the underhand pass for serve receive. We've done some attacking and doing the proper footwork for attacking. Last Friday we did some blocking. We're going to do some blocking again pretty soon. And we're also just trying to give them an understanding of the cycles of the actions of the game. It's a pass, set, hit game. And we're just trying to get them to understand those concepts. From what I'm seeing and everything that's going on, they're doing really well. They listen really well. I have a professional with me. My wife is here, and she's a retired elementary teacher. And so she does a pretty good job, especially with the younger group.
All right, Brian, you've been in Dominica for a few months now. How would you describe your stint so far working with the Volleyball Association?
It's very enjoyable. It has taken some time to get a little bit used to the heat and the outdoor court and cement courts and everything else, but we've been enjoying ourselves, we've been enjoying the island, and definitely enjoy the people and the athletes that we're working with, as well as the administration with the DAVA.
And as the international volleyball coach, Brian Gavlas, working with the Dominica Volleyball Association, the summer camp underway at the Massac Indoor Facility. Well, let's go back to some cricket news, because England's bowlers have put them in a very strong position at the end of the first day of the first test against Sri Lanka at Manchester. Sri Lanka, they were bowled out for 236 on the opening day. The silver got a 74. We had Chris Woakes taking 3 for 32. Shoaib Bashir 3 for 55, and Gus Atkinson a 2 for 48 for England. England in their turn reached a 22 without loss at stumps on day one. So the scores as we head into day two, it's Sri Lanka 236, England 22 without loss. England, they're trailing by 214 runs. In the other test match underway, well, Bangladesh got the upper hand on the rain-impacted opening day of their first test match with Pakistan in Pakistan. Bangladesh won the toss and opted to bowl first. Pakistan reached 158 for 4 after 41 overs. Sohail Shakil was not out on 57. Earlier on, Shaim Ayub, he made 56. Where Shariful Islam has 2 for 30 and Hassan Mahmood 2 for 33 for Bangladesh so far. Play resumes at 1 a.m. this morning, Caribbean time. Well, that's where we'll come to the end of the DBS Evening Sports Report. Of course, a lot more sporting highlights for you tomorrow morning during the major morning news. But just a quick reminder, Off the Field comes up at 7 o'clock this evening. That's the news and sports. You heard the news with Hassan Robinson. On behalf of the Dr. Miguel Labadie, the Linksman, I'm Gavin Richards saying good evening.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Two death announcements. First, we announce the death of Mrs. Charmaine Green Brown, age 68, of Mont Daniel, Dominica, who resided in Miami, Florida. She died on Thursday, 1st August at the Memorial Hospital in Miramar, Florida. The funeral details for the late Charmaine Green Brown will be given in a subsequent announcement. And we announce the death of Constant Thomas, better known as Bo, age 67, of Montine, Granby. Funeral arrangements for the late Constant Thomas of Montine, Granby will be given in a subsequent announcement. and the management and staff of the Dominica Broadcasting Corporation extend deepest condolences to the families of the late Shemaine Green Brown of Mount Daniel and the late Constant Thomas of Montine Grand Bay. Now for the general announcements, we begin with this announcement from Domlec. Domlec wishes to inform its customers in Bayak that their electricity supply will be interrupted on Thursday, 22nd August from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. This emergency outage is to allow Domlec to undertake emergency maintenance of the high voltage system in the area. Domlec regrets any inconvenience caused as a result. Applications are invited from suitable qualified individuals to fill the position of General Manager at the Marigot Cooperative Credit Union. The General Manager is primarily responsible for the overall operational success of the credit union under the supervision of the Board of Directors. The General Manager operationalizes the vision, mission, goals and policies of MCCU by means of strategic leadership. In addition to other duties, the General Manager is responsible for fostering and maintaining amicable alliances with external partners and relevant authorities. Qualifications: a maximum of a master's degree in business administration or economics with 3 years experience at a managerial level, or a minimum of a bachelor's degree in banking and finance or management with 5 years relevant experience. A cover letter, detailed curriculum vitae and the relevant particulars of 2 references should be submitted on or before Friday 30th August to the President, Board of Directors, Marigot Cooperative Credit Union, Where's Marigot, Commonwealth of Dominica. And the public is informed of a road closure for blasting operations at a new quarry site in Crapo Hall, Marigot, at both directions on Friday 23rd August between 2:30 and 4:30 p.m. Please be guided accordingly. The general announcements.
Always a better choice. My one and only station.
DBS Radio. The Nation Station, DBS Radio, says thank you to you and to everyone for choosing the Nation Station, DBS Radio.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go! Turn your TV on. Listen to DBS on Digicel TV Channel 50 and Flow TV Channel 951.
Sounded too desperate. I need love and affection. Love, 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 love and affection. Love, love, L-O-V and affection.
Oh baby, I'm not asking for the world, maybe. You can give me what I want, baby. Come home tight, and when I'm trying to save me, give it to me on a daily. If I'm your girl, say my name, boy, let me know I'm in control. We both grown, so how we feel, we can let it show. I won't play around, I wanna lay you down. I need you now, I need you now.
I don't wanna give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection. And I hope I'm not sounding too desperate. I need love
down this time. Don't put it down. Don't fuck around. I want you now. I want you now. Oh.
I don't wanna give you the wrong impression. I need love and affection. And I hope I'm not sounding too desperate. I need love and affection. Love and affection. Affection. Can't get love meant for poor. I'm searching for my soul. Whoever turned you cold, you need to let it know. I can work miracles. I work your physical. And when I hold you close, you can feel my heart beating.
Excuse us on behalf of Riri. 20 before 7 off the field. Comes up at 7 with Garvin Richards, the Rice Man, and Delvin. Olympic squad in the building. Denick Luke, Billy Doctrove, Brendan Williams. Whole squad tonight off the field. It's gonna be big. And Mervyn A drops in after.
It's always a better choice. My one and only station.
DBS Radio.
Wow.
Cause I had some issues.
Wow. Back at you. Bad girl.
Is it bad that I never made love? No, I never did. But I shouldn't have had to be bad girl. I promise you, can't promise that I'll be good day. Cause I had some issues. I won't commit, not having it, but at least I can't admit that I'll be bad, no, to you.
Full on the chains.
Yeah, I'll be good in bed, but I'll be bad to you. Bad.
Work. I think you gifted too, baby. Yeah, hold up. Bad girls ain't no good, and the good girls ain't no front. Look,
And the bad girls want a real nigga.
yeah, cause real niggas just one. So it seems that we caught up in the wrong thing. Got a thing for a queen who no one to lead. You got a
thing for a king, but you want a king.
Seems like the ones who wrong never got a ring, and I can see that you're yeah, in a literal sense. I mean a physical sense. I mean a ups. Wait, baby, give me a second. I need a minute to bend. I'm only telling you that. I heard you. And I'm telling you, I can believe that. Not the type of fella that y'all be getting jealous, but we talking about game while they got the lead pass. We at that bed, floor, couch, hold up.
Loud, pat, boy, roll up.
You know what? What's up?
What's up?
Forget it, cause all the bad girls always end up apologetic.
Is it bad that I never made love? No, I never did. But I shouldn't have had to be a bad girl. I promise you, can't promise that I'll be good day. Cause I had some issues. I won't commit, not having it, but at least I can admit that I'll be bad, no, to you. Yeah, I'll be good,
Hold up.
but I'll be bad to you.
She hurt feelings, she ain't wrong. She work hard, she play harder. Got a smart mouth, like to speak fly. She don't catch feelings, she too busy catching G5. She no saint, Steph Saint Laurent, gon' blaze out, take the wheel job. And Rihanna got these women in their Rivers Island. I'm just trying to take a dip, y'all. Never deterred with bullshit, yeah. Never concerned, she trying to live it out. No one suck up a love, she probably ducking because you try to follow your gut feeling, you get lost. Some issues, yeah, and I noticed it. You got the coldest cortisone, but warmer skin. You froze with it. You tryna play Sub-Zero, I be Scorpion. Get over here today. Smelling like Jean Paul. Got the A. Got about 3